Hello and welcome to another video from Creativo Solutions. Our mission statement is creatively adding value to help find solutions. This is another video focusing on Steemit. If you have any comments or questions at any time during this video, please post them below and consider subscribing to this channel. You can follow us on social media. We're on Steemit, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and keep watching this YouTube channel for more support. So what is this video going to be about? Well, we're going to be looking at Steemit.com, and I'm going to be discussing how you can use bots to your advantage. So the first thing that we need to discuss is, what is a bot? And the bot that I'm going to be focusing on in this video is bid-based voting bots. And this is looking at marketing or advertising on the actual Steemit community, because you're looking at a way to increase your ranking in terms of your posts on the actual Steemit.com social media network. So that's what a bot is going to generally be used for. It's going to be used as a tool to try promote your posts so that more users will be able to see it and read your blog post. So as always, the first thing that you need to do is go to your Steemit.com and log into your account. That's the first that you're going to have to be doing as a user on the actual Steemit community. So now I've logged into my account. Obviously my feed appears and I'm going to go through to my blog. And my blog is now almost a month old. I've got a certain number of followers. I've been posting quite diligently, and if we look at our wallet, okay, we've got some rewards here to claim. So again, if you've missed that video in terms of how to claim the rewards, I'm going to show you how to claim rewards here. As you can see, there's currently 0.001 Steem in the account. The Steem power is growing substantially over time, and it will continue to grow as you continue being more active on the community. Steem dollars, nothing. Then we've got savings, and we've got the estimated account value. So I'm going to obviously claim my current rewards. And there we go. I've claimed my rewards. As you can see, my Steem power has increased. So has my Steem dollars, and my estimated account value has now gone up. So looking at this, I'm obviously going to be looking at a way to try promote some of my blog posts so that they would be able to rank higher on the actual Steemit social media network, and then you get more exposure, you get more upvotes, and you get more engagements from the community. And that's what it's about. It's creating value on the social media platform. If I just show you my history, and this is all transparent, it's based on the Steemit blockchain, so you can actually go to my account and if you click wallet, you'll be able to see all my transaction histories as well. So as you can see, I've been using some of the bots already to try help promote and increase my ranking on the actual blog posts that I'm posting in particular categories. So I'm looking at education mainly. So I'm using voting bots to help promote or market my posts so they reach a bigger and wider audience. If I continue scrolling down, you can see that my account started 28 days ago. 28 days ago was when my account was approved, and since then I've been engaging on the community, I've been posting content, I've been creating videos, I've been creating content, and you can see my history. I've been claiming rewards on a day-to-day basis. And then once one of my larger posts had paid out a substantially larger portion of reward, I then decided to use bots, and that's what I'm going to be looking at. What I've seen is that a lot of other users that make use of voting bots don't tend to check that the bot is going to offer sufficient value. So now I'm going to show you what a bot is. So this is the website that you would be making use of, and we're going to be using bid-based voting bots. So if I click that, the bid-based voting bots are going to appear. It's going to open up. Right, and as you can see, there are many different voting bots that are currently available that we can make use of as content providers or as users on the actual Steemit social media platform. So I'm first going to discuss and tell you what a bid-based voting bot is. There are some other things as well here. I'm only going to be focusing on this one, which is the bid-based voting bots tab. So obviously if you click that, then you get this menu, and you can actually see all the different bots that are currently here. So the bots are going to be voting, and those bots each have a vote value. So remember, if you look at your actual Steemit account, every Steemit account is going to have a certain amount of steam, and that's going to give steam power to that account. It's like reputation. So if I'm looking at the account's reputation, for example, if we were looking at something like Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, obviously the higher profile you are as a celebrity. So if I take one of the biggest celebrities in the world right now, the Kardashians, if any one of them had to post anything on their social media, they would be paid hundreds of thousands or maybe even millions of dollars just to post on that particular platform. Because why? They have influence, they have ranking, they have reputation. So how a voting bot works is that a voting bot, for example, this voting bot is called @booster. So if I open @booster, you can currently see that the vote value, meaning that if this bot had to upvote any post on the community, they would have a vote value amount of $1,180.53 US. There's obviously a minimum bid. So the minimum bid is if you're wanting that particular bot to vote on one of your posts, you have to process, or you have to pay a certain amount. It's like paying for advertising. If I pay for a certain amount of advertising, I'm going to get the best spot on the website. Or if I'm going to pay the highest price, I'm going to get the best billboard on the highway. So it all depends. Or if I'm placing a magazine advert or a newspaper advert, obviously you're going to be paying a higher price to be on the front page or on the first few pages of the actual newspaper or magazine. So that's what this looks at. So that's why when looking at this was the bid. So if I'm looking at booster, or let's go back up to the top, that's the minimum bid. So there's a lot of different bots here. So for example, push up. That's the vote value, meaning that particular account, push up, would upvote to the value of $588.04 US. In terms of bid, in order to get our bid successful, we need to bid at least $1 Steem, or we can bid Steem. The maximum post age, 6 days. So I cannot ask the bot to upvote a post that exceeds that limit in terms of the age of the post. So Smart Steem, my post needs to be younger than 3.5 days. If it's older, I won't be able to use this bot. With PushUp, I can use any post up to 6 days. And in terms of bids, these bids tell you what the community or what people have bidded for the actual upvote. Okay, and I want to show you what that is. Obviously, the maximum profitable bid is the amount of Steem or Steem dollars that can still be invested in this particular bot. So if I look at PushUp, if I click details, I can see what the current round looks like. So in terms of current round, the total voting bots value is 588. In terms of bids, they've received bids in Steem dollars but nothing in Steem. Total bid value $333.50 US. So if I had to bid on this bot, I would then add to the bidding pool to this 333.5. And as long as the bidding pool is less than the total vote value, you would receive a potential return on investment after curation. Because remember, curation rewards for re-steaming and comments and all of that for the actual post. So you need to provide for that as well. So certain bots actually provide that information in terms of a great estimate of what you'll receive as an investor, having invested your, let's say, marketing or advertising spend. So if I'm going to be advertising and making use of these bots to try to push up my posts, then I'm going to have to make a bid for this voting bot's vote. So if I'm looking at the sender, for example, Rando Fish bid $1 Steem, their bid value is 6.22, and in terms of their current vote value, they would receive 10.97 as a vote against the post that they've wanted to promote, which is the memo. Okay, I'll discuss how we do this later. And you can see it's all transparent here. You can have a look at all these bits. What I have noticed is that a lot of the time, the users here generally just send Steem dollars or Steem to the voting bot without actually consulting this particular resource or information. Because if you look at the Steem bot tracker, the Steem bot tracker is actually looking at all the bids currently in the market. It's almost like an exchange where you're trying to buy someone's vote to try push up your post. And in order to complete the trade on that particular marketing or advertising transaction, you're going to have to look at, well, when would it benefit you the most? So right now, Money Match Gaming bot has a minimum bid value of 0.05 Steem dollars. There, okay, it's dropped to the bottom now because they've obviously processed that. So there, Money Matching Gaming had a $6 vote value minimum contribution, and then obviously that changed to 0 because that round of bidding has been completed. But if I go back to this one, for example, the next vote is going to start in 1 minute 46, and the last vote took place 2.5 hours ago. So that's the push-up bot. And in terms of maximum profitable bid, there's still 9.3 SBD available that you could still make use of in terms of promoting a post. So if I go to details here, you can see that the current round, there's a potential return on equity of 15.09 after curation. Last round, there was a return on equity of 3.21. So that's looking pretty good. I'm probably going to make use of this push-up bot then, because there's still 9.3 SBD that I can make use of. So let's go to my account. I've still got 1 minute 46 to do that. So I'm going to have to go to a post. I'm going to have to open up my blog post, and I've opened up my wallet. So I'm going to have to send a certain amount of Steem to that, and I need to transfer 1. So I'm using the push-up bot, and I'm going to transfer let's use 1.5 SBD. I need a blog post, so one of my recent blog posts, let's use this one, 14 hours ago. Take that URL and copy that through to the memo. Then I'm going to submit that, and then I need my password. Go, submit. Great, so now I've done that. Let's refresh this page. And there you can see that 11 seconds ago, I transferred 1.5 SBD to Pushup with the memo of that blog that I wanted to promote. So if I go back, this is the actual post that I wanted to promote. And if I go back to Steembot Tracker, I can see here that the bidding has been complete. So in terms of vote value, there's a vote value of $583 minimum bid, 1 Steem dollar. Let's go back to and just show you the results here. Where was it? There, push up. So the minimum bid value, we had the minimum bid value of 1 SBD, a 6-day-old post, and then these are obviously the notes for the next round of voting. So if I go back here, obviously I was part of the last round. So in the last round of voting, total vote value was 583.20. The total bids was 67.99 for SBD, and no Steem was bidded here. In terms of total bid value, that was 420.27 US dollars. Return on equity after curation means this is the return that they're predicting based on the total bids that were received for the bot to actually upvote your post. So this upvote from the voting bot has that in terms of its 100% weighting. So this potential voting bot would give posts value of 583 US dollars in terms of upvote. And return on equity, because the bids were less than that, there was a positive return on investment after curation. So we spoke about all these different senders that were placing bids for this particular bid bot to upvote their posts. You saw earlier that I had contributed 1.5 Steem dollars through to this particular voting bot. So if I scroll further down, there we are. I'm at the bottom here. At Creativo is my Steemit account profile, and I've contributed 1,50 SBD to this voting bot. In terms of the US dollar amount, 1.5 SBD equates to 9,25 US dollars. And that gives me 2.2% of the total, which is this voting bot value. So I'm getting 2% of that. 2% or 2.2% of that equates to 12,84 US dollars. So that's what I'm looking at getting as a return. So this particular bot is going to upvote my post, the post that I included on the memo. And my post is going to get a vote equaling 12,84 US dollars. That's what's going to happen after having bid on this particular bot, and that equates to a 4,08% return on investment. So just for having used this as a marketing tool, not only am I going to get added exposure on the actual Steemit platform because my posts are going to rank higher, I'm also going to get an immediate return on investment after having cashed out my rewards at a later stage. Again, this is based on what we expect to receive after curation. And because this post that I had chosen was literally a few hours ago, I'm going to have to wait till payout, which is in 7 days' time. So it all depends on your strategy, but you can definitely make use of these voting bots as a way to market and advertise posts that you want to promote on the actual Steemit social network. So that's a voting bot. A voting bot is a bid-based program that assists you with your marketing and advertising. It's actually going to help you push up your posts on a particular category. So I want to show you what my results are for some of the blog posts that I have posted recently. Alright, so we're back into my account. This is the blog. Obviously I need to click that tab, and that's going to show you my blog. So you can see I've made use of these voting bots for some of my older posts. I just want to show you one of the examples. Okay, these posts are 5 days old, so they're still going to be available on the trending tags for that particular post. So for example, there's 6 days ago, 3.3. Is there anyone else? Okay, that's 7 days ago, that's a bit too old. And this one. So for example, this one was 7 days old. This one had paid out. Past payouts, $28.73 US dollars. As the author, I got $21.69, and the curators for this post got 7.04. Remember the split. It's 75% to the author, 25% to the curator. If you want to learn more about that, please click this and look at the FAQs here. Just to show you what I mean in terms of marketing and promoting and upvoting or pushing up your posts on this particular platform. Let's go back to that post that was here earlier. There, 5 days ago. So 5 days ago, I posted this post with a link to my YouTube video looking at basic accounting principles. Obviously, in terms of organic growth, this would have to have been upvoted by the community. If I open this post, you can see that 5 days ago, this was the post, that was the link to the YouTube video, and if you click that, you can actually watch this video in the actual Steemit social media platform, and then links to all my social media here at the bottom. 5 days ago, I posted this. You can see that I've made use of bots. I've made use of an UpMeWell bot, and I've made use of the Jerry Banfield bot in order to help promote this post. I just used 2 bots in order to help promote this post. If I go to accounting, remember, this blog post is in the accounting tag. So if I click accounting, you can see here that in trending accounting, obviously the blog posts that have a higher upvote would be trending as number 1. In this particular tag, trending accounting, you can see 6 days ago, this account had posted this particular post, and this post has 24.41 US dollars in upvotes, and that's why it's ranked number 1. Then you've got this post, which is ranked number 2, 12.28, and then have a look. Here we go. Creativo, counting. 4 days ago, I've got my post appearing as one of the trending posts for that particular tag. So you can see I've got my accounting blog post to appear in the top 4 trending of the accounting tags. I'm not number 1, I'm not number 2, but you can see that I'm number 3 and 4 based on the number of upvotes. So that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't use those voting bots. Because I used those voting bots, they had helped me move my post up in terms of ranking. And if your post is ranking very high on a specific trending tag, you would then get additional benefit for the organic upvotes that you would get from the rest of the community. Maybe just to show you some of those, if I look at something like travel, let's look at the travel tag. Okay, you can see here in the travel tag, these are the trending posts in this particular tag. And you can see to make it up into the top 5 or top 10 even of the trending posts in this particular trending category, you'll see you're going to need a lot of upvotes. This particular blog post has got $554 worth of upvote. This one, $624 worth of upvote. This one, $409 worth of upvote. And these were posted a few hours ago. So in 7 days' time, this payout is going to be made. Again, 75% to the author, 25% to the curators. And that's how this particular tool can be used to try help promote your blog posts and to help grow your specific account. Remember, it's very unique and very specific to the user in terms of what tags you're wanting to target. As you can see, all the tags here in trending are over the $200 mark in terms of upvotes. So it's very difficult to get your particular blog post to trend in this particular category because there's so many people posting on that particular topic, which is travel. So again, coming back to my blog, you can see now there's the blog post that I had promoted. I want to go back to Steemit Tracker. Here's the Steemit Tracker. Remember, I used the push-up bid-based voting bot. So push-up was the voting bot that I'd used. I like using these bots that have Steam that can be accepted, and the bot automatically refunds invalid bids. Okay, so if your bid doesn't meet the requirements, they do return your money that you've invested. And remember, if I click details, I'm going to see all the details here. The voting bot had a bid value of $576.13 worth of voting power. Okay, giving the community value. That's what it's all about. It's about creating value for the community. And those were the number of bids that this particular voting bot had taken over several hours. In terms of bid value, based on the current Steam dollar market price, the bid value in dollars was $420.27 US. In terms of ROI, you can see it was 4% when we first looked at it. Now it's dropped slightly. It's 2.81%. But I mean, I made it 2.81% just for having made use of this voting bot. After curation, obviously, it's an estimate. So coming down to the bottom, you can see there's my account, and that was my transfer, 1.5 SBD, which amounts to 9.34 US dollars, which gives me 2.22% of the actual vote, and that equates to 12.8 cents in terms of US dollars that I'm going to get as a vote to my post. And if I click this to open the link to the actual blog post, and you can see it here. There, a great quote with an original photograph. Put your head down and do the work. This was a photograph that I took from one of my lectures, and I've included a nice quote here from Russell Simmons, and then I've put all my social media links as well. And you can see here at the bottom, 14 hours ago, this was posted, and now I've received an upvote. This upvote, pending payout, will occur in 6 days' time. And in terms of upvotes, if you click that, you can see PushUp was one of the accounts that had actually upvoted this post. And you can see there are others as well here that have upvoted the post. But that's the one that I want you to focus on, is the PushUp upvote. Because PushUp had upvoted my post, this should rank slightly higher in that category. So if I go to motivation, trending tags in terms of motivation, okay, there's no way I'm going to be one of the trending tags looking at what the top posts here are or have in terms of upvotes. Okay, 377, 195, 163, 121, 79, 105. Okay, so you can see in motivation, these blog posts also have a very, very high amount of upvotes compared to my $4 that I received as an upvote on my one particular post. I'm going to keep scrolling down just to see if my blog post is trending perhaps in the top maybe 100 or maybe 200 posts in this particular category. Let's keep scrolling down and let's have a look. Okay, you can see all these posts are very popular. They're getting a lot of good upvotes. So I doubt that this is going to be trending in the top 100 even, or top 200 even. But that's the point I'm trying to make, is if you go to my blog, you can see that I've now received upvotes of 4,10 in terms of Steem dollars here on this particular post. And that can help promote and push up your post. So it's a way to market and advertise blog posts that you have on your account. Just to show you again the accounting tag, if I click that, you can see that I was successful with upvoting these two posts on the actual accounting tag, and they rank in the top 4 of this particular trending tag. And that's what you should be looking at doing with these voting bots. The last thing, with voting bots, you now know what a voting bot is, and you actually saw how I made use of a voting bot. So what's the best strategy to use with these voting bots in order to benefit? Remember, you want to try to promote your posts, and you want to get some sort of return on investment out of having invested your Steem dollars. So if I go back to my account, just to talk about the wallet. So what I've chosen to do with this particular account is I'm literally using the proceeds. I'm creating value on the community. I'm generating Steem power and Steem dollars, and then I'm reinvesting that in my account. I'm using all the benefit that I receive from this particular account, and I'm using bid-based voting bots to help promote and keep supporting my blog, and hopefully to keep growing this blog over time. As you can see, I've been making use of these different voting bots. And as mentioned earlier, my blog is only 28 days old. And it's not even a month old yet. And in terms of the value that I've created for my account, I now have, in terms of Steem in US dollars based on the current market price, this particular account is worth 47 US. And that's within a month. So Steem's a really powerful social media platform that I'm encouraging my community to also make use of. Because if we all make use of this community, we can all benefit. So the strategy, if I go back to Steem Bot Tracker, the strategy is going to be, depending on what you're trying to achieve, you could maybe be focusing on bots like this one that pay out a huge amount in terms of upvotes, because then you'd be able to get a large portion of that particular vote value. So if I click that, so for example, if I scroll here and I can see, well, there's someone that has invested 50 Steem dollars currently, which equates to 312 US, and that's going to give them a vote to the amount of 364. In terms of potential return on investment, okay, that was last round. So last round you can see that it was negative. So it wasn't a very good session to actually bid on, because your return on investment after curation would actually be negative. Total bid value was 1,405 US, and total vote value was 1.639. So estimated return on equity, or return on investment rather, after curation is a negative 12% return. So that wouldn't be very good. You'd be looking at hopefully maybe breaking even perhaps, and then hopefully your organic growth would push up your post further. Current round, you can see the current round is still on. If we go to post promoter here, the current round is going to last for another 56. There we go. Current round. Bid value 773, vote value 1629. Total bids, only receiving Steem dollars, no Steem. Current return on investment 57,98% after curation. Right, so as you can see, so for example, this post contributed or invested 40 Steem dollars. In terms of bid value, 247 US. Vote value 522 based on the current bids for this vote value. This is going to continue to go lower and lower and lower and lower, purely because there's still 55 minutes left of this particular bid. And that's going to happen every few hours. So every about 3 hours or so, bots are going to then revote. Coming back to these, you can see the maximum profitable bid here, which is basically telling you how much Steem dollars can still be contributed to this particular voting bot. So there can still be 2.05 Steem dollars that can be invested with this bot. Vote value, there's it. Total bids, there's it. If you vote with 2.05 SBD, you're still going to come out positive in terms of return on investment. There's the current round. Current round, that's the vote value, that's the bid value, current ROI, 157%. So that's looking quite good based on that. MSP bidbot, there's still 12 minutes remaining. So 12 minutes remaining of this open bid that's currently available. So I doubt this is going to stay profitable. More people are probably going to bid on that particular bot, and this could either become negative or break even, depending on what happens in the next 12.5 minutes. There, 15 minutes. Here, we're still open for maximum profitable bids. Here, still open for maximum profitable bids. Have a look at these, 0 SBD. So Up My Vote still has 36 minutes left in terms of this current bid. But they've already received 577 US in terms of bids for a vote value of 651 US. So looking at that, in terms of maximum profitable bid, this bot is no longer profitable, meaning I would be paying or investing my Steem dollars and not getting any return on investment. So if I click on details, you can actually see that. There's the current round. Current round, total bids, 91. And you can have a look. There's some massive whales here that are bidding, or dolphins. I'm not too sure how big these accounts are. We'd have to click that to actually check. But generally, whales and dolphins would have resources they could bid on these bots. So you can see, for example, 20 Steem dollars equates to 123 US, 123 US, 309 US, and that's the vote value that you're going to be receiving back from having invested that in terms of US dollars. You can see the current ROI isn't positive. So it would make absolutely no sense to still add more bids to this particular voting bot. And you can see that this voting bot, Up My Vote, is still open. I can go to my wallet, and if I wanted to, I could transfer Steem dollars through to Up My Vote to be a part of these bids for this current bid. But why would I do that? It would make no sense, because I'm not going to receive any return on investment, because the current ROI based on the number of bids for the vote value is no longer profitable. So anyone else that comes onto this actual voting bot after Bittrex, okay? After Bittrex, that's actually an exchange where you can convert different cryptocurrencies. They're probably doing some sort of marketing or promoting there. But if I'm looking at these senders, if more senders had to come onto this particular bot, this ROI would actually become more negative and more negative, where you're actually investing or bidding and you're not getting value back. Versus what I did earlier, push up. If I click that one, okay, there's the current round. So this round is a new round that's open. Bid value $8 currently for vote value of 573. This bid is still going to be open for the next 2 hours and 10 minutes. If I look at the last round, which I was a part of, there's the last round. Last round, 573 total bids. Bid value was 420. ROI, I was lucky here. No one else bidded too much. So in terms of return on investment, 2.41% was the return after curation that I can expect from having invested 1.50 SBD, which was $9.30 to get an upvote of $12.69. A very short tutorial showing you how do you actually use these bid-based voting bots to try benefit and help promote and market and advertise your posts. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel and hit the notifications bell. Please comment below if you have any questions, or if you like the post, please hit the thumbs up button and we'll keep creating more to help you.